going to get BB Shea's opinion about something, and now I've forgotten what it is. It seems like it was food related.
Thanksgiving meals?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're golfing for Thanksgiving, you said. Yeah. Oh, I know what it was. It was, is this a dessert or is it a side item? I'm making Pretzel Pandemonium again this year.
You can make that poor BB Shea wade into this minefield?
Is this a hot topic?
It's controversial.
You have no idea.
It's very controversial.
And this is the 26th Thanksgiving it's come up.
My wife makes something. Well, I make it now, but she brought it to our family. It's called Pretzel Pandemonium. I think you know what it is. It's like a casserole with a pretzel crust. All right, and then it's
starting off good.
Are you scribbling this down?
You should write this down.
Yep.
It's got a strawberry gelatin with strawberries in the on top, and in the middle is a mix of Cool Whip and cream cheese. So you've got a, and by the way, the pretzels are crushed and mixed with powdered sugar and butter. That's what holds it in place as the crust. So you've got powdered sugar, you've got butter, you've got Cool Whip, you've got cream cheese, and you've got Jell-O. But my wife contends, as I do as well, that this is a natural side dish and should not be eaten as a dessert. It takes the place of cranberry sauce.
Like Nikki Haley, you've come around to the other side.
Yeah, I guess that's, yeah.
And now admit that it's not a dessert, even though it's filled with
that's right.
dessert.
It's like who's the guy in South Carolina? Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
Or J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance.
You're a never Trumper, and then a few years later, you're like, well, okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
You know what? It makes a lot of sense.
It's a side dish. It's a side dish.
You know, I think if it was presented anywhere else except Thanksgiving, it'd be a dessert. Okay. But if sweet potato casserole can be a side,
that's right.
I think that can be a side as well.
Good point. It's got your brown sugar.
Because I think when people think of dessert on Thanksgiving, it's pie.
That's
typically pie and cake.
True.
Yeah, pie.
But you can also serve sweet potatoes as a side. I mean,
but
that is a vegetable. You're starting with a vegetable.
There are no but there's a fruit in my
yes, there
Jell-O.
is.
There's a fruit in my Jell-O.
You're counting Jell-O?
No, there's actual strawberries. You get now it's it's the frozen strawberries in the heavy syrup.
Yeah.
Did I forget to mention the syrup?
You did.
Yeah, that's in there. That's in there too. And by the way, that's a tricky dish to make. That is not an easy dish because you have to let the Jell-O get to the perfect consistency, kind of like jelly, but not fully done. And then you have to pour it on top.
It's hard to spread too with like the Cool Whip stuff too. I bet
exactly. So you get the Cool Whip on it, and then but if you put it, and I've had this happen on Thanksgiving Day, if you pour the mixture on and it's too hot, it'll bleed right to the bottom, and you've got a disaster.
Can't do that.
Disaster
is that one that can you make any of this stuff in advance?
Yeah, you can make that the day before,
and then just fridge it.
Because that actually is good if you make it the day before. But after 2 days, I find that the pretzel bottom gets soggy. You got to. That's right.
With diabetes.
That's right.
The pretzel bottom literally gets type 2 diabetes.
It gets soggy on there.
What kind of pretzels do you use?
Well, what a great question. My wife prefers rolled gold.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a Snyder's of Hanover girl. So it's always... and so,
sticks are little figure eights.
Well, it's
little rounds.
It's very... now... If I'm just eating pretzels, I'll go with the little rounds. But for this, I think sticks works better because we have to flatten them and crush them. And I oftentimes it depends on who does the shopping. And if I buy Snyder's of Hanover, though, she knows. I don't know how she knows, but she knows. And one year I wanted to cheap out, probably during again a down economic year, and I went with like an Aldi pretzel. And that was not well received.
Yeah, you can't skimp out on that.
No, because the pretzel is the base. I mean,
now, do you get the saltiness of the pretzel in the bite? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, because Dots, my favorite pretzel brand,
great pretzel,
they do a cinnamon sugar pretzel.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would be good as the base or if that would take away from it.
A little bit too sweet.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right.
It's a delicate balance of flavor,
yes.
BB
Hey.
But
I'm just throwing stuff out.
Dot's cinnamon sugar pretzel is fantastic.
They're great.
I love them. Chris Demm doesn't like it.
What?
Yeah, we had some Dots in here one day, and I have come around. I love the Dots cinnamon sugar, and there are others like they have like
Cajun and honey mustard.
Honey mustard, I love those. Well, we had some in here one day, and again, somebody that works across the hall, Katie, she's like, Chris Tim said, I never heard of that brand. She's like, oh my God, these are the best pretzels. And I knew right there, I was like, he ain't gonna like these. He likes it.
I want a pretzel to taste like a pretzel.
Okay.
Pretzel.
All right.
And so when you dust it with all the flavor.
The same way, for the same reason, I only like potato chips that taste like potato chips.
See, I knew that. But I like the tuxedo, everything potato chip. Where
with
you,
a hint of lime and a kiss of this.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I like those. He doesn't like that. And I knew when Katie came in, I was like, you're selling this to the wrong guy. This is the wrong. He likes just regular
No,
ruffles.
you did call that. You did.
I knew because that's what he likes. I mean, I understand what he likes. It's a regular ruffled potato chip for him. And the same with the pretzel.
Yeah.
So I would say we don't want to oversweeten this thing. So let's put just regular pretzels
Pump
in
the
there.
brakes on the cinnamon sugar.
Right.
Exactly,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can't do
Okay.
that. But I hear what you're saying. By the way, now this is Thanksgiving. They did a survey that America's favorite side dish for the first time ever is no longer mashed potatoes. Dressing or stuffing has moved ahead of mashed potatoes when it comes to the favorite side. But BB Shea says he's not really doing a traditional Thanksgiving this year.
No, all my family's out of town, so I'm just kind of chilling. I don't know what I'm
Isn't this
doing.
the one holiday where you try to be
Yeah,
there the same
right,
day?
yeah.
How could they be out of town?
Yeah,
on
everybody's gone doing stuff. I don't know.
weird. That never.
So what will you dine on?
Well, it's funny because I cooked everything last year for my family.
I remember.
And
And
I
this year
guess
they've gone out of town.
yeah, now everybody's not coming back, so I don't think I'll be cooking anything.
Oh, what a weird thing.
Yeah.
Strange.
So it's just you and your dad watching football.
Yeah,
Will you get stuff the day before, like turkey sandwiches at least?
probably so.
Yeah.
Or if there's a pizza place open, maybe get some pizza. I don't
I
know.
think it's going to be closed. Mostly, I guess.
Most restaurants closed. Now the
Yeah.
groceries are open early
Yeah. At
on,
least.
on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, I had to buy deviled eggs one year because
Pre-made.
the person that was going to make the deviled eggs, and she's fairly famous for it.
Paula Deen?
No. No.
Oh, in your fam?
Yeah, in my family, our cousin Liz, she called and said, not feeling well, can't bring. I said, you bring your. I said, you bring your.
Get off your deathbed.
I said, come on. It's just
Get off
like,
your sick
I
bed.
said, get off your sick bed and make an egg. And she's like, I cannot whip an egg into shape. And I said, by God, we're having deviled eggs. So I had to go to the grocery store last second and buy a bunch of pre-made eggs and try to do it. And everybody's like, where's Liz? Where are these? These eggs aren't any good at all. I tried my best on that. But I felt like we should have deviled eggs at Thanksgiving, you know? No, you don't like deviled eggs either.
Appalling.
You don't like a deviled egg? You don't
Yeah.
either.
I don't
no.
like anything deviled. I'm a Christian.
You don't like anything?
No,
Deviled. I like a deviled ham. I like a deviled egg. I like a deviled food cake.
none of that.
Really? No, they're saying that this year, what did I say? Dressing or stuffing moved past mashed potatoes for the number one.
If you make it right, it's stupendous.
Oh God, yeah,
It's so good.
Oh, I like it a lot better than mashed potatoes. In fact, I would have said it was already there. You know.
Most of the time, when I was younger, we would have Thanksgiving meals.
Mhm.
You know, you get a round of everything
Yeah.
on your plate. When you go back for seconds, my brothers and I would just get stuffing, potatoes, and cover everything with gravy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
That was
good.
it. That's all you needed
that's
for
better.
seconds.
That's
You don't need more turkey.
No, I agree.
You need more. You don't need more green.
You're right. He's right. Although now I like a green bean casserole, and Chris Tim doesn't. You're not a green bean casserole
No,
person.
that's the whitest invention ever. Green bean casserole.
we did that.
I'm a mac and cheese guy.
Well,
that's,
you
that's,
do.
That's
Oh,
my
well, I was
favorite.
going to
Yeah.
ask. I
Yeah.
mean, okay. Well, you got a little more. You got a little spice in you.
Yeah,
You got a little
maybe.
mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I never had mac and cheese on Thanksgiving until I moved. Until I met my wife's family.
We never had it.
Never
we
did it.
never had it growing up. But
Yeah.
then my wife's family. But I think they just kind of brought it in because people started liking mac.
Yeah,
you
maybe.
know, have you heard our Pat Robertson mac and cheese? You probably have.
No, I don't think so.
Pat
This
Robertson.
is years ago.
We lost him, but when Condoleezza Rice was working at the White House, she was on the Pat Robertson show
One of his team members interviewed Condoleezza.
and said, and now they're both African American women, and they agreed that macaroni and cheese was their favorite side.
What's that one thing at Thanksgiving you just have to have?
It's mac and cheese.
Sister, that is my dish. That is the one thing that I
Yes.
can rock.
Now they high-fived over that.
Right there on the set.
So they went back to Pat Robertson, who said, well, great interview, but
Once a year.
Good interview, Christy.
you, Pat.
Congratulations. What is this mac and cheese? Is that a black thing?
It is a black thing, Pat.
Well, all right.
happy Thanksgiving.